it's Whitney Nicely from She Buys It, and today we're going to be talking about the best way, the absolute number one way to find off-market properties. Ready? All right, awesome. So today we're going to be talking about the number one way, my absolute favorite way to find off-market properties. Now, in the video you just watched, we covered what an off-market property is. So today we're talking about how to find those silly suckers and why they've been hiding from me all my life. Honest goodness, y'all, my mom is a real estate investor. We've been doing this strategy since I was in a car seat. All right, so a lot of these ladies that I talk to have kids and they're wondering, how can I balance having kids and becoming a real estate investor? Ooh, how do I mom and invest? This is the best way to find off-market properties. What I want you to do, I want you to go driving for dollars. My mom has been taking me driving for dollars for 34 years, y'all. I practically grew up driving for dollars. And just a couple years ago, when I got started real estate investing and I started talking about going driving for dollars, my dad was like, "We've always been driving for dollars." And I was like, "I know, Dad, but now it has like a term." People call what we do when we're out looking for properties driving for dollars. In fact, a lot of times you'll see it on Facebook and Instagram, D4D, driving for dollars. I'll also tell you that Mom and Dad and I still go driving for dollars, but these days we call it driving for dreams because we'll literally spend Sunday afternoon after church driving around and looking at lake houses. Or, we go to Florida for February, so we'll be driving around looking at oceanfront property or looking at the intercoastal properties or looking at condos or whatever. Like when you're in the car and you're driving around and you're scoping out opportunities where you can invest, that's called driving for dollars. And that is a great way for women to get started investing. All right, put the kids in the back seat, put on a movie, put on a podcast, put on whatever you got to do, or maybe you drive them around while they nap. They're just going to sleep in the back seat. They'll ride wherever you take them. You can take them driving for dollars. Load up the kids. Load up your mom. She will love going driving for dollars for you and taking pictures and writing down the addresses and everything. Or grab your grandma or the old lady at church that's really lonely and you know she needs some interaction. Like, load up the car, load up the SUV, load up the van, and let's go driving for dollars, ladies. It is the number one way to find off-market properties because an off-market property is a property that's not listed on the MLS. It's a hidden gem, all right? It's kind of like polishing coal to get it to become a diamond. Well, that's a little bit of pressure, but that comes later when you become a real estate investor. The pressure comes on. So when we're driving for dollars, I like to say that it's at least a 3-person activity because somebody has to drive, somebody has to take pictures, somebody has to write down the property addresses, somebody has to navigate the maps because a lot of times when you go driving for dollars, you're in an area of town that you're not familiar with and you don't want to miss a road, you don't want to miss a side street, you don't want to waste your time in places that just aren't going to work. So it's definitely a 3-person job to go driving for dollars. And it's fun. Oh my gosh, it is so much fun to go driving for dollars. You can listen to the radio, you can listen to podcasts, you can interact with each other, but you can also find deals. When you're driving for dollars, I want you looking for empty houses. Now, how do you know they're empty? After you start paying attention, empty houses have signs. All right. And I give you, I think, all of the signs for an empty house in a free gift. So if you go to whitneynicely.com/10 steps, I've got a free gift for you, which walks you through the 10 steps that you need to know to get your first deal done fast. And it covers, ding, 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 driving for dollars, off-market properties, other strategies, lots of things that you need to get rocking and rolling. whitneynicely.com/10 steps. Okay, so you're driving for dollars though, and you gotta know what you're looking for, right? We're looking for empty houses on this first adventure, driving for dollars. And on this first adventure, driving for dollars, how are we going to know the house is empty? Well, it depends on the time of the year. Sometimes you know the house is empty because the snow, depending on where you live, hasn't been removed. People are clearly not coming and going out of this property because either there's still snow all over the place, or, depending on where you live, it's like waist high with grass, okay? Nobody's coming by and mowing those places, so they look empty. Another way you can tell if a property is empty, a lot of times over the years, as the property just sits there, the gutters out on the front, sometimes on the back of the house, depending on how you're driving by it, they fall off. Other times when you're driving for dollars, at the end of the driveway, you'll see like a little mountain of newspapers, of phone books, of flyers, of magazines, from where people just come by and just throw stuff into the driveway. Except if somebody's not living in the house, nobody's ever picking that crap up. So it gets to be a little mound out by the road until one of the neighbors feels bad and gets tired of looking at it, and then they throw it away. But a lot of times when you're driving for dollars, you'll see that. Another thing that you can look for when you're driving for dollars are trash cans. Sometimes the trash cans are turned upside down. They're still at the house, but they're turned upside down. Sometimes the trash cans are picked up by the wind or the critters or whatever, and they're just like strewn across the yard. Sometimes there's no trash cans. Other ways that you can tell if property's empty, right here in my house, I have, you see that? Curtains and blinds. In a lot of empty houses, when you're driving for dollars, you can see straight through that sucker because they don't have anything up in the windows. Or sometimes the blinds have fallen and they're all cockeyed in the window. And my last tidbit to help you find empty houses while you're driving for dollars, I always feel like they just look dead. The house, it just looks dead. Because think about it, it doesn't have any electricity going to it, so it's not like vibrating, okay? Doesn't have any plumbing, so the pipes aren't vibrating. There's no activity on it, so like the air around it gets stale. And you know when you go to a funeral home and you just know that there's just no life left in that body? After you start driving around and looking at these houses, you can tell that there's just no life in these houses anymore. There's nothing living in there. Another thing is, I've seen houses where there's like a crack in the front window and there's a vine growing up. So yeah, there's stuff living in there, but it's like outside plants that have made their way inside and are trying to get back outside. They're living in there. All of those things will help you locate off-market properties. Now, what do you do once you find them? Well, I got another video coming up to let you know how to handle these off-market properties. If you want to know my exact strategies, if you want to get my exact blueprints, my scripts, my templates, my everything that's in these boxes that you see behind me, I'd be glad to teach you how to get your first deal done fast. All of the details are on First Deal Done Fast. I help women, specifically women, buy investment properties without banks or a license, all from off-market properties. Lots of strategies, lots of trial and error, lots of other women ready to help you get your deal done fast. All those details again are on First Deal Done Fast. But if you want to get the free gift for right now, go to whitneynicely.com/10 steps and I'll send you 10 steps for free on how you can get started and get your first deal done fast. If you have any questions about what to look for on empty houses, how to find the empty off-market deals, please drop your comments down below. I love chatting with you in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe and go ahead and hit that little bell so that every week when I send out real estate tips and tricks and tidbits, you'll be the first to know about it. All right, ladies, subscribe and then hit the bell. I'll see you in the next video.